Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Allison with Allie's Skin Beauty, and it's been quite some time since I have made time to get out here and do some content, so that's way overdue. I actually had a little extra time this weekend. I really wanted to be busy in my treatment room, but you know, it's Labor Day weekend, so everyone's out and about enjoying this wonderful weather that we're having here in Detroit, Michigan area. So I don't blame them for not wanting to come and get services done right now. So that just leaves me open to do some content. I love doing content. It's just been hard to make time to do it lately. So today I thought, let's do a little get ready with me. I'm going to go over this new brow technique that I found on TikTok. You know how easy it is to go down a black hole on TikTok, like within seconds. There you are. It's been like a half an hour and where'd the time go? So if I'm on TikTok, unless I'm posting something that I've created myself or someone sent me a video, I don't go on there all that much unless I'm specifically looking for something, because otherwise I'll be on there way too long. And I'm still in the YouTube era. I don't know what happened to YouTubers. Are we out there on YouTube anymore? I mean, I see a lot of people making content still out there, but I don't really hear people come in and say, hey, I saw this on YouTube, ever. When I first started doing esthetician work for Ulta Beauty back in 2017, that's all I heard. Everyone came in, I saw this on YouTube, I saw this on YouTube, I saw this on YouTube. I never hear that anymore. It's always TikTok, which is fine. This is the way things evolve around social media and trends, right? But the girl who I stumbled upon I was looking for techniques on how to fill brows, make them look fuller. Brow Bestie came up, Brow Bestie. I think she must be someone that specializes in Anastasia Beverly Hills products. And I do like their products. I do a hybrid of Estee Lauder, Anastasia, and then Benefit. I'm always rotating my brow products around. And the technique she showed me was really good because she also has very sparse brows. So I thought I would share that with you and see what you guys think, but I'm not going to take credit for the Brow Bestie's work. I'm just going to show you how it worked on me, and I'm not even doing exactly like she did it because I don't have all of her products. I have a hodgepodge of eyebrow products here, so I wouldn't necessarily run out and get what I'm using per se. It's more about her technique and how she approached her brow. So while I'm doing that, I'll get the rest of my face going and we can catch up. So why don't we go ahead and get started? So when I do my makeup, I'm looking at covering up a lot of pigmentation. So I usually start after my skincare, which you can tell has already been applied. It looks like it's glowy. I think that's from this. This is my go-to sunscreen under makeup, the Super Goop Every Single Face watery lotion. I find that really works well. Doesn't pill up on me or anything like that, and it does give me a nice glow throughout the day. But if you're someone who doesn't like a glow, you may not want the Super Goop. And actually I'm more normal to oily person, so whether I like it or not, I have a glow no matter how much I mattify my skin. But it does work well if you want to avoid the sun and you want to be out and about. So I do like that. So right now I'm loving Tower 28. I've been using tons of different concealers lately. I landed on Tower 28 by watching YouTube. There are a lot of great makeup artists out there that I still follow. And Nikia Rose is one of my favorites. Love her stuff because she's super thorough as far as what she recommends and uses, and I just like that because, you know, there's a lot of makeup out there. There's a lot. Like the skincare and makeup industry is just, it's out of control. So I don't really do primer. If you're wondering, I'm not a huge primer person. I usually rely on my sunscreen or moisturizer to be my primer. And though I go back and forth, but this works relatively well. One of the things I've noticed about my skin lately, no matter what I do or what product I'm using, I get a lot of settling in my pores on my T-zone, or on my nose and my forehead. It's driving me crazy. I have tried everything as far as exfoliating a little bit more, dermaplaning a little more frequently. I've switched up my products, used primer without primer, and I still get this settling here. So if you guys recommend anything, I'm open to ideas. So really quick, I go ahead and do the concealer. I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation. So I'm using up Glow Skin Beauty. This is a product I've had for a bit. I do use Estee Lauder foundations a lot. I'm just taking a break because I get tired of using it all the time. I like to mix it up. So I'm doing Glow Skin Beauty. And this color is really, I forgot how good this foundation was. It's a full coverage. I wouldn't say it's light at all. It's definitely a full coverage girl. And this color match, hopefully it comes across good because I got a lot of sun coming in my beauty room today, and I didn't really want to fuss with making it not so sunny because I love the sun. So it might look weird on my skin from your point of view. It looks like it's more of a yellow base foundation. But the Glow Skin Beauty Foundation was really one of my favorites. I had it at a local spa that I worked at for almost 3 years. We carried Glow Skin Beauty skincare and we carried their makeup as well. And I really loved their makeup the best. And their foundation was really good. And also their mineral-based primers were really good because they're tinted and they have SPF, which I like. This does not have SPF in it, this one. Oh, no, I apologize. SPF 18. So it does. But like anyone who knows anything about SPF, you definitely don't want to just rely on that for your sun protection, because in order for me to get the full SPF of any product aside from this one, even my Super Goop, you really need a 1/4 teaspoon, or as some people show, like 3 fingers worth on your face. And I'm not going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of foundation on my face, even though it might look like I am right now. This is actually a light application, believe it or not, of me. I usually don't apply too much, just enough to cover my skin, but I love how this color, this product really takes down my redness and it matches my neck. I've been really good at trying to reapply my sunscreen this summer, hopefully you guys too. And let me know in the comments what sunscreens you fell in love with, because there's so many of those as well. I've been really trying to get better at using my sunscreen, wearing a hat, wearing sunglasses, because I'm outside a lot. I do a lot of gardening, I do a lot of walking, and reading. Whenever I can, I like to be out in the real vitamin D out there. So I gotta protect myself. And so relying on the foundation is really not the best thing. The other thing with this product I like is that it does not, it settles a little bit, but not as bad as some of the other products I've been using. And usually it's just right here and here where I see the settling, and it's usually not till let me look again right now. It's actually doing pretty good today. It's usually when I apply my powder. So maybe it's a powder thing, because I'm kind of going through a powder phase where I'm going to need some more setting powder soon. And I know Huda Beauty has one that everyone really likes. Benefit just actually came out with one that is super finely milled that I really like, that I tried in store at Ulta. But I'm using up my Chanel Natural Finish Loose Powder, which I love because this was a good investment. I mean, it lasted forever, but it's not as finely milled as some other powders can be. And eventually I'm going to need some. So I don't know if it's the powder. Maybe that's it. We'll see once I get to that phase. So how is everyone's summer going? What's new? What have you been up to? Where have you been going? What kind of travels? I know traveling has come to be a lot more preferable again since 2020, which is great. Love to see that. Love to see that we're feeling comfortable getting out there, despite some of the I know it's kind of expensive to travel sometimes. As far as our family goes, we've done a few road trips. We have one more coming up tomorrow or soon that we're going to be doing. And we're going to go visit some family, and that's probably it till holiday time. Maybe we'll get back in the car again and do some traveling. But if you're wondering what I'm doing, yes, I am putting on concealer right in this area and above my eyes to help cancel out that redness. And I do use 2 different colors by Tower 28. The darker shade, I don't know because the sticker fell off and I'm not going to remember what that was. Oh, I think I do. K-Town. I think it was K-Town. And then OTLA, yeah, OTLA, I think. 50 plus eyes cannot read that. But anyway, so I like to use a little bit above here. This is how I set my makeup. Kind of cancel out all the redness. And I love using that right here with my finger, because I feel like the heat of your finger really helps kind of push the product in a little deeper. And Mama needs that because she's got mature skin. And this technique also I found from Wayne, I think Wayne Goss, is that his name? He is also a beauty professional. I think he's from the UK, and he has a lot of great tips on YouTube when it comes to saggy eyes, because sadly my fat pads are slipping away. I've been slipping away as much as I work on it, as much as I use devices, as much as I use eye cream. I mean, it's just not something that's going to go away unless I get major surgery, which I'm not doing right now. I'm done with plastic surgery for a hot minute. That's a video for another day. So pressing the product in with my finger, I'm just going to glance in my magnifying mirror to make sure I'm doing it right. I like to do a little lighter color just where light would naturally hit your face, and then around my eyes. Now before I do powder, I always make sure I absorb excess. So this is a very used sponge. As you can see, I have not made time to clean out my makeup brushes and stuff lately. I finally got my bottle of my favorite quick brush cleaner by It Cosmetics. I found this one works the best, like really quickly, if you just need to clean out your brush really fast. Don't know that it's, I mean, I think it is hygienic, but still, if you really need a deep clean, still do your deep clean. That's just in between uses. But I like to make sure I'm getting any excess product off my face. I don't want to let it settle. And I do this all the time, despite putting on the powder, thinking that would help with the settling. So I guess it might help a little bit, but the basic reason why I do that is to get rid of all the excess. Okay, so now we have our base before the powder. Now the other thing I noticed that was coming in through Ulta Beauty, I do work there, I freelance there part-time. Soon that's going to be coming to an end though. Are these little cute little sponges. These are from Real Techniques. I mean, they have different brands. This just happens to be from Real Techniques, and I love this guy for your finger and under eye area. Now before this came out, I would just use a beauty blender, which is fine too. It's just I don't know, something about getting that really good under the eye with this little sponge really works. And I am going to use that Chanel loose powder just right here, and I am going to do a heavy. I still bake a bit. I don't know if baking's outlawed or not. But I still do it. I think it just helps. You know, you can see how shiny my skin is. I like to do the baking to help mattify everything. So I'm just doing that there. I am not putting any more powder anywhere else right now. Well, actually, I will do a little. I'm using up my Givenchy loose powder, and this is the Prisma Libra. This one is meant for getting rid of redness, which I do have, but I've noticed that once I have my foundation on, I obviously don't have as much redness. So I don't care for this type of Givenchy powder because of the redness. If I do it again, I love how finely milled it is. It's really nice. It doesn't settle into my wrinkles as much. I still have settling, but just not as much. So then I just go around with my face and put the powder everywhere. Like so. This is going to help. I love how this smells good. The thing with the Givenchy, I don't really care for fragrance in my powder. It does have that. It's okay. So we'll let that sit. And then I'm going to take a quick break because I just saw a message come through they have to attend to, and then we'll come back and do the brows. Okay, we're back. So, sorry, you're going to probably see my magnifier in the shot. And I do store a few things in my beauty room, like that magnifying lamp drives me crazy. I hate that lamp. Somehow I can't get rid of it because you never know when you might need another one in a pinch. Anyway, so with the brow, this is not something Brow Bestie mentioned, this is just something that I discovered that I really enjoy from Anastasia Beverly Hills, is their brow wax pencil. It kind of acts as a way to smooth your brow hairs if they're a little unruly and get them more, to lay a little bit more flat. I really like this. Sometimes, I guess if I had one bugaboo about it is that because it's a wax, I find the pencil doesn't stick as well. This works really great, or a lot better, under like a pomade or a paste or a powder, but pencil is a little harder because it doesn't want to stick to the skin as well, but I use it anyway because I enjoy it. So what she said, Brow Bestie, was you would take a what Brow Bestie recommends, you can do a few, she has a ton of videos, but in the one video I watched, this is what she recommended. She does recommend the Concealing Pro Pencil, where you can outline your brow underneath and on top if you want like a real defined brow, which I kind of like, and it also gives you a guide when you're filling in your brow. I don't have the Pro Pencil, but I have the Duo Highlighting Brow Pencil from Anastasia. One side is a matte and the other side is like a shimmer. So you can use the shimmer like to highlight under the brow once your brows are done if you like, or inner corner work. I use the matte. I'm going to use the matte today, just so I can, for demonstration purposes. Yeah. Sometimes I have a hard time seeing which one's matte and which one's shiny. So, one of the things the Brow Bestie recommended was using the Pro Pencil as a concealer and Pro Pencil. They have 3 shades. I don't have that. I have their dual-ended highlighting pencil, and one end of the pencil is like a highlight. Can't really tell, I don't know. I don't mean highlight, they're both highlights. One's a shimmer, one's a matte. So I'm gonna use the matte today. And then she does kind of a shape of her eye underneath, so you get a little bit more definition. If you don't want that much definition, then you definitely don't have to do that. I prefer it because it helps make my brow look fuller if I have a little more definition. So what I do is I just kind of go underneath and throw that shade like that. Now she has videos where she goes underneath and on top, and then sometimes she just goes underneath, but I think that's because she's a professional at what she does, so she can avoid the top. But I'm gonna do the top too, and I'm just gonna lightly, this is such a great pencil. I'm sure the Pro Pencil is very similar because you can softly kind of outline your brow. So now it's a little easier to see your shape of your brow when you go fill in your brow hairs. Now, one thing she also mentioned to me, which I never really, maybe I came across it, but it didn't resonate with me. Sometimes you have to hear things several times before things resonate with you, is that you ideally want to take a shade that's a little lighter than your brow hairs. And I've been doing dark color on my brows. I guess my friend was saying there's something called brow blindness going around. I'm sure I was doing it at one point. If you look back at videos of me when I worked at Ulta Beauty as an esthetician, pretty sure I was filling in my brows really dark, but that I think might have been the trend, like a heavy thick brow in like 2016, 15, 16, 17, around there. But anyway, so I'm doing a lighter color in my brow itself, and my lighter shade is actually from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's their Brow Duo powder, and I picked the one taupe. So it has 2 shades, and you can see I use both a lot, but I use the darker of the 2 most of the time. And I'm gonna do that today too. I'm gonna use the darker of the 2 in here, and I'm just gonna fill in my brow. I don't know why I was thinking it had to be dark. It's just something I always thought had to be. Now, I have a little color because I've been it's summertime and I've been in the sun a little bit. In the winter, I could see my hair, and I do tint my brows once in a while. I'm not going to anymore though, because I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, when you tint your brows, You can't tint them that much when, I just feel like they make your brow hair fragile. And I use hair pearl, which has been recommended by many people to use, so I don't know if it's that, but kind of like when you color your hair, it just breaks the bonds in your hair, and it can happen in your eyebrows. Now, for someone who has fuller eyebrow, that may not matter so much, but if you have thinner brows like me and they don't grow in as thick, you just want to keep that in mind if you're someone that likes to tint them. And I do coach my clients too a little bit on that when they want to get their brows tinted, because, and their lashes tinted. I don't encourage them to come every 4 to 6 weeks with that, because it's good to give those hairs a break. But again, it depends on the person, because a thicker hair brow girl doesn't really matter, but our sparse girls, it matters. But you can already see such a difference, and I've done 2 things, or 3 things if you include the brow wax. And I mean, it's not looking too bad, but I am going to keep going. And then the spoolie is great to kind of move pigment around, or let's say you put too much, you can use your spoolie to kind of remove. I think we did a good amount of color there, so I don't think I'm going to add any more powder. The other thing she suggested was outlining your edges in the darker color, so that's where I'm going to mix it up and do my Benefit Precisely my brow pencil, because I have this color is dark. This is 3.5. I wish I could remember what that means color wise, but I don't. My Benefit girls out there know. So you would use this to outline your brow again, to kind of help give some fullness. So I'm just going to do that. I'm not worrying about the front quite yet. I will get there. And then the top. So I really should have done my naughty brow, because this is not my naughty brow. When I fill in this brow, generally, it looks relatively normal. It's my naughty brow, I call it, because there's just a huge part that just does not grow hair anymore. It just completely stopped. Now, when I use brow serums, that's the other thing. I'll get brow hair, but down here or over here. What the hell? Like, I don't want a random brow hair over here. It doesn't grow in the spot you want it. Like, a lot of clients say, oh, I'm doing collagen powder and supplements and sugar bear hair or whatever you're doing. I'm like, that's fantastic and it's beneficial. I wouldn't say not do it if you're feeling like you're getting something out of it. But remember, it's not like you can program these things to just grow in certain parts of your body. Your hair's going to grow everywhere more. And not in the spots you want. Prime example with those serums. Anywho, I digress. So as you can see, I outlined the sides. And I'm just kind of fluffing up the brow. I just wanted, this is where I would be like, do I want a little more or do I want a little less? I think I'm going to stay, well, I'm going to put a little more of the powder of that darker taupe. I am going to fill that in, because sometimes when I use the spoolie, I'm taking away too much of the color that I just laid down. So it's a little bit better. This is a work in progress. Like, this is the long part. The longest part of my makeup routine is doing my brows. Does anybody else feel that way out there? Like, when you do your brows, don't you feel like it takes forever in a day if you're someone that, fills them in or tries to do them? Not everybody does, but look at the difference. Like, these tips are probably not life-changing tips necessarily. They've probably been around a minute. I did not get the memo. So back to the Anastasia Beverly Hills product line. I do love their brushes. Now, they usually, I'm sure they have them at Sephora, but I usually pick these up at Ulta. I've purchased Amazon eyebrow brushes like this. The thing is, this brush, when I buy the Amazon ones, get like furrier, like they fluff out, and then I can't get precision. It drives me bananas. Whereas I've had this brow brush now for about a year. It has not changed its shape. It's still very skinny. And that's important, because if you're doing precision work, you don't want to have too much brush when you're working. So another tip that she said, and I don't think we have that happening right now because I was being conscious of it, is you don't want a straight line here and here. If you were to do that, that really starts the brow blindness thing going. So you want a curve. A soft curve in the front is going to make it look more natural, and that's what we're trying to do. So I'm going to take, actually I'm not going to use this brush for that, sorry. My bad. I'm going to use a different brush because I forgot I have pigment on that. This is a different old eyebrow brush that I've had forever. But I'm just using this to blend in that concealer or that highlighter a bit. Like so. And then you can see the top kind of already blended in my makeup. And then don't get caught up too much on like how perfect it needs to look. If you have sparse brows, like you were just trying to make it look like you have hair, right? So I'm kind of smoothing it out. But look at the difference. Like it looks like I actually have hair naturally growing in my brow. Now the other step she did, this is where I don't have the same product, but I don't have the same modality because I obviously don't have all the same products, the same medium that she used. You can take an ink brow pen. Anastasia has one, obviously. Benefit has them now. And you just draw hair-like strokes with that pen. You can do that, and the way she does it looks really natural, but I don't have that. So what I do have is a little bit of a brow, Gimme Brow by Benefit. It's kind of like a brow gel. It has fibers. This is dark though. This is a 5, so I have to be very ginger with this, but I'm just going to use it to kind of fill in a titch. Kind of lays my brows up, and then I'll take that pigment on the very tip and just kind of put it on my skin a bit, and then I brush it up a little bit. So like so. You can tell the difference. Naughty brow, somewhat decent brow. So this brings my brow hair down a little too dark, but until I get the pen, I'm gonna just use that for now. When winter comes, I'll have the pen, you know, soon, because I'll need it for winter, I'm gonna need it going forward for next season, but wintertime, I can't really use this because it's too dark. Okay, so that pretty much is it for the brow. Now, if you want to put brow gel on top of this, you can. I mean, this does have a little bit of a gel in it, but if you really want it to brush up more, you can put more gel on it. I did my other brow off camera, and I feel like this is taking a little bit long video. So Mama's gonna just throw everything on her face, come back, and we'll wrap it up. Okay, makeup is done. I'm not doing the hair because I'm doing another video in a little bit. I'm gonna try some Velcro rollers today that I saw was pretty fun. I want to do that in a little bit, but the makeup turned out good. I think the brows look good. Let me know in the comments if you thought those tips from Brow Bestie, because they're not from me, the Brow Bestie on TikTok were good, because even though I didn't have exactly every product she owned, I was able to make it work. So I'm sure you can too. The key was that I got from her, you can use some type of concealer pen or concealer in general to outline the shape of your eye, fill it in with a lighter shade than your brow hair, then outline the outsides with a darker shade. Then if you have a brow pen, you can draw in the hairs, or like I did today, I used Gimme Brow. So I hope I'm not brow blinding anyone right now. I mean, Gimme Brow is a 5, so it's dark. So, and I know that it's too dark, so I will get a lighter shade, and or I'm gonna get the pen. But I hope that you found those useful. As far as the rest of the makeup goes, you know, I fell in love with the Natasha Denota I Need a Nude palette. Been using it ever since I got it. I absolutely love Tartelette 2B mascara. That's what I have on today. As I use the Estee Lauder Sumptuous mascara, and I like that one too. Cheeks, as far as bronzer, I usually always go to Bronze Goddess because they do bronzing really well. I mean, there's a lot of great bronzers on the market, but I just happen to like this one, and I use that a lot. And then my blush is by Tarte. It's outdated. They can't even get this anymore. I mean, I've had it for a minute. It's a pink with a little bit of shimmer. And then my highlight is my favorite thing by MAC. These are the pigments, the MAC pigments. This will last you forever. I cannot get enough of these. You can wear this anywhere on your face, body even. And I never really worry about sanitizing it necessarily because I'm always tapping it out onto something else. So I don't really need, you know, I know it's been open for a little bit, but I don't feel like it's gonna cause issue because it's always coming out of the bottle. I'm not putting anything in the bottle, but I love that color. I can't really tell you the colors. I can't read it. I think rose maybe. It's just so tiny. My midlife eyes can't see it. And my readers are in the other room. But I do love it. It's like a pinky gold. I wear it on my eyes sometimes. Always do it on my highlights, on my cheeks and above my brow. So even though I had a shine going when we started, it did come back through even though I put the powder on. As far as the settling, oh, you can see, it did settle a little bit. It's better than normal, but it's a struggle. I gotta figure that out. Any thoughts from you would be great. Lashes, I'm loving Moxie Lash right now. I did lash extensions for a minute. The glue just did not agree with me, but I love the look. So I decided, well, let me see if I can get some quick strip lash to put on. And these are baby lashes by Moxie Lash. It's a little bit more of an expensive product, I guess, but the glue is black, so it looks like liner. And I like that because I usually use a black or a dark brown anyway. And they're really easy to pop on. Like, it's true. I fell for it on Instagram one night. I'm like, I need these lashes, and they are very easy to put on. I can always put lashes on other people pretty easily, but on me, it can take forever and a day. So I've come to realize that I need the baby lash, like the wispies work best for me, not a full band. Those are a little harder to work with. And so if you ever use Moxie Lash, definitely let me know what you think of them. I'm not affiliated with anything that I've talked about today. This is just me being me on a Saturday. So I'm probably not going to list everything. If you want to know more about what I used, then shoot me a comment and I'll be happy to send you the info. But until then, I do want to know if you like the tips. I hope you're having a fabulous Labor Day weekend. And thanks for watching. If you aren't subscribed, please go ahead and do that. You're going to see me more often on Instagram, probably the most. I do pop up on TikTok once in a while though, and here, obviously on and off. But I hope to see you. I look forward to seeing you in the comments, and we will talk again soon. Bye.